Thanks, Leonard.
Thank you, Tim Greimel. Good to see you, man.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Greimel, and I'm running for state representative because our state is facing a serious economic crisis. I don't need to tell all of you how our unemployment rate has skyrocketed, our job creation numbers have tanked, our homes are in foreclosure, and our businesses are struggling. In order to turn this state around, we need proven and effective leadership. I have three main priorities once I'm elected state representative. Number one, we've got to empower our businesses to create jobs. That means keeping job-creating tax incentives like the film tax credit that has proven so effective right here in the city of Pontiac, allowing the creation of the Raleigh Film Studios that at various times employs literally thousands of people. It also, of course, has been a big benefit to small businesses here locally, like Future Health Designs that develop software. But we also have to make sure that we're keeping money in the hands of people who spend it. That means repealing this new tax on our seniors' pensions. It means making sure that we're protecting the earned income tax credit that will reward people who choose work over welfare. And if we're going to be serious about turning our state's economy around, we've got to make sure that we're making those kinds of programs available, that we're making sure that those who spend the highest percentage of their income, like our seniors, like low-income folks, have that money and are pumping it into the economy. But even more importantly, we need to make sure that we're advancing our state's educational system. That means investing some additional resources in those districts like Pontiac and Auburn Hills that receive thousands of dollars less per pupil than their neighbors in Birmingham and Bloomfield. It also means that we have to hold our school districts accountable to spend that money wisely and to spend that money in the classroom where it makes a big impact on student learning. But it's also long past time that we instituted a statewide early childhood education program. Waiting until kids are 5 or 6 to get them the education they need is just no longer a realistic way to make sure that our young people are prepared for the 21st century economy. And that's especially true in districts like Pontiac that have large low-income populations, that have families that are struggling. It's all the more essential in those kinds of neighborhoods that we're getting students who are young into an educational setting early on. And studies have shown that for every dollar invested in a quality early childhood education program in urban areas, more than $6 is returned because those young people are less likely to need remedial or special education later. They're less likely to end up in prison or on welfare. And so we know that early childhood education programs targeted especially to those low-income areas save the state money in the long term. It's just a matter of finding the political will to make that upfront investment in our young people who are the future of our country. And then finally, the third priority that we need to focus on is strengthening our neighborhoods. That means restoring statutory revenue sharing that is so critically important for communities like Pontiac and Auburn Hills to keep police officers on the streets and firefighters on the job. It also means that we have to continue to do all we can to stem this foreclosure crisis that has been tearing our neighborhoods apart. We need to make sure that we're leveraging federal and state dollars to allow homeowners to rehabilitate their homes, that we're making sure that we're trying new and innovative strategies like a land bank to make sure that we're not just selling a piecemeal foreclosed properties to whoever comes along and wants to buy them off in speculators, but rather targeted sales to people who are actually going to put those properties into productive use that's going to benefit the broader neighborhood and community. I appreciate all of you coming here today. I have been an Oakland County Commissioner for 5 years. I've been a school board member before that, including president of a school board. I've always taken pride in the fact that I've been able to work across the aisle with members of the other party. If we're going to move this state forward, we need not only proven and effective leadership and experienced leadership, but we also need a spirit of being able to work cooperatively together. We're all in this boat together. We're not in this boat as Democrats or Republicans. We're in this boat as Michiganders. And I pledge to continue to work across party aisles once I'm elected this coming February. Thank you again.
Thank you. That's Tim Greimel, State Representative from the Chamber event.